Hey everyone, how's it going today? Coach Alvarez here, back at you with another episode, Coffee with Coach. Hope you're up doing well, got the mind in the right place. If not, as always, let's put it in the right place. So it's Monday, second week of the new year, and I wanted to share with you guys some things I was listening to this morning from Andy Frisella. Excuse me. Been listening to a couple of hours of Eric Thomas, but there's one little thing from Andy Frisella really got my attention. Again, if you don't know who Andy Frisella is, you should check him out. Just again, he goes pretty hard. He's pretty fired up kind of guy. So just be prepared for some really intense stuff. All right. So I'm listening to this video about focus, right? And goals and stuff like that. So it's just kind of fitting, right? So he's talking about people that are obsessed with what they're losing, what they're giving up, versus the people that are obsessed on what they're going to get, on the things that they're giving up. Meaning, let's say you're trying to get in shape, right? It's New Year, you want to be healthier, you want to get in better shape. You know you need to get rid of some of these fried and fast foods out of your diet. And so what happens is some people in their mind think of the thing that they're going to give up. Oh man, I got to give up my pizza. I got to give up my Coke. There's a lot of people out there that really have a problem with giving up Cokes or cigarettes or alcohol or whatever the case may be. Instead of being obsessed on the thing that you're going to lose out on or give up and that you really can't have anymore, you need to be more obsessed on, because those individuals will just always fail. They'll always go back to the thing that they wanted because they just were focused on that thing, versus the other individuals that are obsessed on the things that they're, not the things that they're giving up, but the thing that they're going to get because of those things that they're giving up. For instance, if you're in that same scenario, if you're looking to improve your health, get in better shape, live longer, whatever, you're going to be focused on those kind of things. Like, hey, look, I want to be here for my kids. If you got kids, I want to be able to, just not have diabetes anymore. I don't want to have high blood pressure anymore. I don't want to have, all these health complications that I have. So you're going to be obsessed on like how much more you're going to improve. You're going to be a better person because of it. And the obsession of that thing takes over and so you will be successful because all your focus is on is being obsessed on like, hey, I'm going to get better. This is going to get better. I'm going to get rid of all these pills I got to take. I'm going to get rid of all these, I'm going to look better 20, 30, 40 pounds from now. I'm going to feel better. I'm going to be able to do more things. I'm going to just be better overall. So the obsession of like wanting to just be better versus the other individuals that are like obsessed on the things that they're giving up. Like me being a coach and just dealing with people and I'm using this as an example because what you eat and drink has a direct effect on your training. Okay. You just, in other things, body, weightlifting, stuff like that, you can still eat high calorie foods like fried foods and stuff like that and still work out, and it's really not going to affect you all that much. But it's really hard to do jiu-jitsu when you got, Whataburger and Jack in the Box and Sonic and whatever else in your system. It's really hard to train that way. You get sick, you don't feel good. I've seen hundreds of students throw up on the side of the mat in this trash can that we got, or in the bathroom. They don't make it to the toilet and they're throwing up all over my floor. It's horrible. And the first thing I ask them is like, well, what'd you eat today? And of course, it's Whataburger, it's Sonic, it's all, coach, I was in a hurry. I didn't really have time to like make something, so I just grabbed some fast food on the way to class or whatever. And that's what was in their system, and it all came out. So you got those other individuals that I have. So those individuals that I'm speaking of, they'll just always fail because they're just so focused on those things that they're giving up that they just don't want to give up. They want to be better, but they don't want to give up that thing. So they're obsessed with that thing, so they won't give it up. And then I got those, you got those other individuals that are obsessed with like just that improvement. Just the thought of like, hey, look, 6 months from now or 3 months from now, I'm just going to be this better individual. I'm going to be a better person. I'm going to look better, feel better, be healthier. I'm going to live, hopefully live longer, all these things. So that becomes the focus. Okay. I was listening to a part of Eric Thomas, kind of fits with this thing that I listened from Andy Facility. And Eric Thomas was talking to, they didn't really show it, but he had to be talking to like a basketball team because he was using basketball references a lot. And he was saying that, people that are like basically coming out of like poor neighborhoods, and they're looking to just kind of just use basketball to get out of those bad neighborhoods, or use basketball to buy their mom a nicer house, or their parents a nicer house, or just get them out of the situation that they're in, and basketball is the way to do it. That's the thing, like that's the focus, right? That's the obsession. It's like, well, I just want to get my parents, I just want to get us out of this position. And then once you get them out of that position, then the obsession and the goal is already met, so it's no longer there. So you're not playing as good as you were compared to when you were trying to get them out of that thing. Versus the other players he was talking about, they love to practice, they love the long hours, they love learning, they love just growing and getting better. Because he was saying, like, how many of you guys like really enjoy practicing? How much do you really enjoy like going through injuries and traveling and doing all these things that it takes to get whatever it is that you were trying to do? And now you have met that, you really don't really like those things. Then you have those other players that enjoy those things. And I can relate to that too. With jiu-jitsu, it's like, yeah, you got people that like, they want to get good, they want to be better, they see other people in jiu-jitsu and they want to kind of be like them, but they don't want to do those things that those individuals did to get those things that they did. Like me, I love practicing. Like some people, I was just talking to one of my students the other day. He was saying when he was in college, he would train twice a day. And a lot of other guys that would train with him that he met were like, oh, I'm going to do that. So when they get a break, they train twice a day or whatever, and they just couldn't take it. Their body couldn't take it. Their mind couldn't take it. There was just too much, and they just wouldn't do it. And I'm like, yeah, man, I've been doing twice a day, 3 times a day, training sessions, 2 jiu-jitsu sessions a day, plus a weightlifting session or a run session, forever. I'm just used to it. Like I enjoy that. Okay. And even when I don't feel like it, and when I see my students on the mat and I'm already in my gi or no gi uniform, whatever, I'm already teaching class, I'm already like sweating from like just drilling the moves and showing stuff. It's like, yeah, man, I'm wasting an opportunity, so let's get after it. So let's train. I enjoy that. But a lot of people don't enjoy those hard sessions. They don't enjoy those long rounds, those grimy, gritty, like training partners that push you and just, kind of rough, or they'll just, really just take you to the edge and test you. A lot of students don't like that. They just want to, train jiu-jitsu, soft kind of jiu-jitsu training. But they're not really growing and developing because they don't like that pressure that people will put on them. So they'll find new partners that will not give them that. So you have those things. Again, the obsession of where you want to be and what you're going to get, that completely takes over. That's your focus, versus being obsessed on what you're going to give up and what you're going to lose and not have anymore. If that's the focus, then that's a losing focus versus the winning focus. And again, last one before I head out, let's talk about your finances, right? I've been really heavy about that lately with a lot of my students. Some people just don't believe. We guys had a conversation over the weekend that I've had like really good credit, like in my early 20s. My dad at 18 made me go get a credit card. He made me get loans. He made me take out loans. He made me use the credit card. He made me do these things. So at 22 years old or whatever, 23, I bought my first house without a cosigner. People trip on that. Well, because I had a good father that taught me these kind of things, and I listened and I did what he told me to do. And, I've always had stuff like that. So for those people that don't believe me, that it goes way deeper than that, but those are just some of the things that I did to do that. So I have people that want better credit, or they want more financial freedom, but they love spending money on things that they don't really need or have, or just that they don't really need. It's not like it's more of a want. Like, I just want that. You don't really need it, you just want it. People just have poor spending habits. They love to swipe credit cards. They don't like to pay them off in time, so they incur all that extra interest and stuff like that. They got multiple credit cards, and they'll just never be financially free or financially set, and they'll always be a burden to themselves and to their family members whenever they get married and have kids and all that stuff. They will always be a problem to their family. And those individuals that just like, well, I want to go out. I don't want to sit at home on the weekends. I feel like I'm missing out if I'm not out doing stuff. Versus the other ones that will sit at home, will sacrifice and put their money where it should be and save it like they should, and use it like they should. Then those individuals like myself will have that financial freedom and have those things that will put them in place in the future, to get them where they want to be at. Focusing on that, like, look, I'm going to just buckle down, get my finances in order, get my credit in order, get all these things in order so that I can have a better, future in the next year or so going forward. Versus other ones is like, hey, I hear this phrase all the time. Look, I work hard for my money. I'm going to buy what I want. Cool, buy what you want, but you'll always be struggling. Don't complain when you don't have money, or when you because a lot of people only get paid like once a month. So once that money's gone in the first week or two, then they're broke for the rest of the month, and now they're using their credit cards and just to go out to eat, go do things, buy things, and they're just stacking up debt on top of debt on top of debt, and they'll just never get out to the point where it's like, screw it, like, what's the point? I'm never gonna pay it off. So you just pay minimum stuff, or you just cut off the credit card, and then you got people calling you looking for their money. So be obsessed on the thing of where you're going, what you're getting, what the outcome's going to be, versus being obsessed on what you're losing out on a couple weekends, or of not going out, of not eating the favorite foods that you want to eat, or if it's jiu-jitsu, like getting some extra practices in training, asking questions, versus like, well, you don't want to do all that extra work, and so you feel like you're missing out on that was the other thing I think Eric Thomas or Andy Priscilla was talking about, where like people were like, well, if I go and do all this extra stuff, all these extra practices, all this extra work, then I'm going to take time away from the other stuff that you were doing. But that other stuff that you were doing isn't getting you to where you want to be, obviously, because you wouldn't be talking about it or bringing it up or even be thinking about it, because you would already be there in that position that you want to be in. So be obsessed with what you're getting and where you're going to be at, and what you're going to look like, what your bank account is going to look like, what your jiu-jitsu is going to look like, versus the things that you're going to give up. Super good stuff, man. I just had to share that. So I'm going to use it. I got things to do. I got to go, got to run. You guys have a great day. We'll catch you guys on the next one. We'll see you.